Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. An immersive summary. In the quiet suburban normalcy of Privet Drive, peculiar events begin to unfold that would forever change the lives of the Dursley family and their nephew, Harry Potter. The day starts with Mr. Dursley noticing odd occurrences. A cat reading a map, people in strange cloaks whispering about the Potters and their son Harry, and most bizarrely owls flying in broad daylight. As night falls, the mysterious Albus Dumbledore appears on Privet Drive, where he meets Professor McGonagall, who has been watching the Dursleys all day in her cat form. Their grave conversation reveals a terrible truth. James and Lily Potter have been killed by the dark wizard Voldemort, who mysteriously vanished after failing to kill their infant son Harry. Despite McGonagall's protests about leaving Harry with the Dursleys, Dumbledore insists it's for the best. Soon after, Hagrid arrives on a flying motorcycle with baby Harry, and they leave him on the Dursleys' doorstep with only a letter explaining everything. 10 years pass, and Harry grows up in the cupboard under the stairs, enduring the Dursleys' neglect and his cousin Dudley's bullying. Strange things often happen around Harry, his hair growing back overnight after a terrible haircut, mysteriously finding himself on the school roof while running from Dudley's gang. Then the letters begin arriving, mysterious envelopes addressed to Mr. H. Potter, the cupboard under the stairs. Despite Uncle Vernon's increasingly desperate attempts to prevent Harry from reading them, nailing up the mail slot, burning the letters, and finally fleeing to a remote hut on a rock in the sea, the letters keep coming in ever-increasing numbers. The sequence builds to a crescendo as hundreds of letters pour down the chimney and shoot out of the fireplace like bullets, leading to Uncle Vernon's final desperate attempt to outrun the mysterious sender. In a remote hut battered by storm and sea, as the clock strikes midnight on Harry Potter's 11th birthday, everything changes with a thunderous boom. Rubeus Hagrid, a giant of a man with wild hair and beetle-black eyes, bursts through the door, turning Harry's world upside down with 4 simple words. "You're a wizard, Harry." Through Hagrid's gentle but firm revelations, Harry learns the truth about his past. His parents weren't killed in a car crash as he'd been told, but were murdered by the dark wizard Voldemort. Harry himself is famous in the wizarding world as the boy who lived, having somehow survived Voldemort's attack with nothing but a lightning-shaped scar. The truth unfolds like a tapestry, each thread revealing more about the world he should have known, including the real reason behind all those mysterious letters: his acceptance to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. The next day brings Harry's first step into the magical world, as Hagrid takes him to Diagon Alley. Hidden behind the Leaky Cauldron pub in London, this extraordinary street unfolds before Harry's amazed eyes. A cobblestone wonderland filled with shops selling everything from cauldrons and spell books to owls and wands. At Gringotts, the wizard bank run by goblins, Harry discovers the fortune his parents left him. Each shop brings new wonders. His own wand at Ollivander's, where the mysterious wandmaker hints at great things to come. His snowy owl Hedwig, a birthday gift from Hagrid, and all the books and supplies he'll need for Hogwarts. Finally, September 1st arrives, and Harry makes his way to platform 9 3/4, learning to trust magic as he runs straight through a solid wall to find the Scarlet Hogwarts Express waiting on the other side. On the train, he makes his first real friend in Ron Weasley, and meets the clever but bossy Hermione Granger. As night falls, Hogwarts Castle appears, magnificent against the starry sky, its windows gleaming like countless welcoming lights. The sorting ceremony becomes a moment of truth as Harry, terrified of being placed in Slytherin, pleads silently with the sorting hat. To his immense relief, the hat places him in Gryffindor, where he joins Ron at a table beneath dancing candlelight. As Harry looks around the Great Hall, feeling truly at home for the first time in his life, he knows that his journey into the magical world has only just begun. In the enchanted halls of Hogwarts, Harry Potter's magical education took an unexpected turn during his first flying lesson. As students gathered on the training grounds with their school brooms, young Neville Longbottom lost control of his broom and suffered a nasty fall. when Draco Malfoy seized Neville's forgotten Remembrall and took to the air to taunt Harry, something remarkable awakened in the young wizard. Despite never having flown before, Harry mounted his broom with natural grace and pursued Malfoy, executing a death-defying dive to catch the Remembrall when Malfoy threw it. This display of raw talent caught Professor McGonagall's eye, and instead of punishment, Harry found himself appointed as the youngest Seeker in a century for the Gryffindor Quidditch team. Life at Hogwarts took a darker turn on Halloween night when a mountain troll infiltrated the castle. Harry and Ron, learning that Hermione was crying in the girls' bathroom unaware of the danger, rushed to warn her. In the chaos that followed, the 3 first-years found themselves trapped with the towering beast. Through quick thinking and unexpected teamwork, Harry leaping onto the troll's back to distract it, and Ron successfully levitating the troll's own club to knock it unconscious, they survived the encounter. This terrifying experience forged an unshakable bond between the 3 students, turning their initial rivalry with Hermione into a deep friendship. The excitement continued with Harry's first Quidditch match as Seeker. The game started well, but took a sinister turn when Harry's broom began behaving erratically, threatening to throw him off high above the ground. While Hermione suspected Professor Snape of jinxing the broom and set his robes on fire as a distraction, Harry managed to regain control and catch the snitch in spectacular fashion, almost swallowing it in the process. The victory was sweet, but the incident left Harry and his friends wondering about darker forces at work within Hogwarts. Later, a disturbing scene witnessed in the Forbidden Forest, a cloaked figure drinking unicorn blood, only deepened their suspicions about threats lurking within the school's walls. The mystery at Hogwarts deepened as Harry, Ron, and Hermione's investigation led them down increasingly dangerous paths. After months of searching, a chance discovery on a chocolate frog card finally revealed the identity of Nicholas Flamel, the only known maker of the Philosopher's Stone, a legendary artifact capable of producing the elixir of life and turning metal into gold. The revelation crystallized their suspicions about what lay hidden within the school's walls and what Snape might be seeking. Their pursuit of truth took an unexpected turn when Hagrid won a dragon egg in a game of cards. The trio watched in mixed amazement and dread as the egg hatched into a Norwegian ridgeback dragon, which Hagrid affectionately named Norbert. As the dragon grew rapidly in size and ferocity, they orchestrated a plan to secretly transport it to Ron's brother Charlie in Romania. Though they successfully smuggled Norbert out via the astronomy tower, their mission ended with them being caught out of bed, leading to detention alongside Neville Longbottom and Draco Malfoy. Their punishment took them into the depths of the Forbidden Forest with Hagrid, tracking a wounded unicorn. The forest's eerie atmosphere turned truly terrifying when Harry, paired with Malfoy, discovered the slain unicorn and witnessed a hooded figure drinking its silvery blood. Rescued by the centaur Fions, Harry learned a chilling truth: only someone desperate to cling to life would commit such a sacrilege, and that someone was likely Voldemort himself, seeking the Philosopher's Stone to restore his body. The forest's dark revelation transformed their academic curiosity into a race against time, knowing that the very same evil that orphaned Harry was now prowling the shadows of Hogwarts, growing stronger with each passing day. In the depths beneath Hogwarts, Harry Potter faced his destiny alone in a chamber filled with dark secrets. Having navigated through a gauntlet of magical challenges alongside Ron and Hermione, Harry stepped through black flames to confront not the suspected Snape, but the stammering Professor Quirrell, a revelation that shattered all assumptions. The chamber held the magnificent Mirror of Erist, the final guardian of the Philosopher's Stone. As Quirrell struggled to unlock its secrets, his true nature emerged. Gone was the timid professor, replaced by a confident servant of Lord Voldemort. The truth unfolded in horrifying layers. Quirrell had been behind every attempt on Harry's life, while Snape had ironically been his protector. The chamber became a crucible of terror when Quirrell unwrapped his turban, revealing his master's face growing from the back of his head, Lord Voldemort himself, reduced to a parasitic existence. The confrontation reached its climax as Harry obtained the stone through the mirror's magic, leading to a desperate physical struggle. When Quirrell's touch caused him searing pain, Harry discovered his mother's sacrificial protection lived on in his very skin. Love, ancient, powerful, and pure, proved to be Voldemort's undoing once again. As Harry's consciousness faded, his last act of defiance kept the stone from Voldemort's grasp. The chamber, which had witnessed this clash between ancient magics and undying evil, fell silent, marking not the end, but merely the first of Harry's confrontations with his parents' killer. Through pain and courage, he had proven himself worthy of his legacy, though the price of victory would leave its own scars alongside his famous lightning bolt. In the quiet stillness of the hospital wing, Harry Potter emerged from the darkness of unconsciousness to find himself surrounded by evidence of both victory and concern. Golden spectacles and the gentle wisdom of Albus Dumbledore greeted him, along with a table laden with sweets from well-wishers, tokens of affection from a school that had once again proven to be more home than hospital. Through gentle conversation with Dumbledore, the full tapestry of events unfolded. The Philosopher's Stone, source of immortality and untold wealth, had been destroyed with Nicholas Flamel's blessing. More profound revelations followed. The power of his mother's sacrificial protection lived in Harry's very skin, making him untouchable to those harboring evil in their hearts. Yet some questions remained veiled in mystery, particularly why Voldemort had marked him for death as an infant. The truth, Dumbledore insisted, would have to wait for when Harry was ready to bear its weight. The hospital wing became a crossroads of emotion as visitors streamed through, the tear-stained guilt of Hagrid, bearing a precious album of Harry's parents, the relieved faces of Ron and Hermione, eager to share their part of the tale. Each interaction wove another thread in the tapestry of friendship and belonging that had become Harry's true protection. The Great Hall, decked in Slytherin green and silver, transformed into a scene of unprecedented celebration. Dumbledore's last-minute points, awarded for chess mastery, cool logic, outstanding courage, and the bravery to stand up to friends, lifted Gryffindor from defeat to triumph. The explosion of joy that followed painted the hall in scarlet and gold, marking not just a victory in the House Cup, but a celebration of the qualities that had saved both Harry and the stone. As the Hogwarts Express carried them back to London, the world seemed somehow both larger and smaller than before. Harry's return to the Dursleys carried a new flavour of anticipation. They didn't know he couldn't use magic at home. Summer stretched ahead, but unlike previous years, it was now merely an intermission in a greater adventure, seasoned with the promise of owl post from friends and the knowledge that he would return to the place where he truly belonged.